Okay, well, welcome back. My most ethical light and love crew. Angels of light and love, I welcome you in to direct and protect these messages, my chakras, my auras, my space, my essence, health, and wellness, and that of my children's. Thanks so very much. So in the thumbnail, I was going to put this deck away. I was cleaning up my altar. And I noticed that this deck has been sitting out for a while. So I felt it was time to put it away. So I put it on my bed thinking I was going to put it away. And I was told to just pick a headliner card for it on this like intro portion. And let me tell you, before I even show you it, I started, like I had to do something for work, like at least started off while I was at home, just here. Excuse me. And then so I was like, okay, business before, you know, whatever I have to do here. Just because timing is of the essence, but it doesn't need to completely invade my territory. So I just decided to like get that part done. And then I was sitting around and then looking at just reviewing the feed. And I haven't heard Season of the Witch in a while, but there were a few variations of its video filming, and the one that I saw was American Horror Story, which I haven't seen in a while, but then like my heart started aching, and I had to sit there for a little bit to contemplate what it was from. And I know it wasn't an attack. It was a certain aching within someone, and I didn't know until I spent at least maybe a couple more minutes later watching the video that I think it's from some of my witchy friends, whether female or male. I really feel like it's coming from there. And I don't think they intend, you know, to hurt me or anything. I think it's just a connection, and I just felt it. I didn't feel like anybody was draining or anybody was trying to like dump stuff on me. It was just something that I felt, and I just felt it right there. So I'm trying to figure out what that's from. I want to find out what's wrong, what's the matter. So we're doing this simple check-in. I felt that, and I think they're very much aware of it, but I feel like they're kind of keeping it to themselves. I think it's impacting them in their private moments. And I don't think it has anything to do with the practice. I really, really, really don't think it has anything to do with that. I don't think they did anything bad. I think it's human condition, whether you practice or not. But I think because they practice, they are more tapped and in tune with things more than usual than the normal person. So even with my crystals on me, I just still felt it, which means that it's factual. It's something that shouldn't be dismissed. It's legit in its offering of helping one identify with not just their feelings, but what their actual situation is, that it's very legit in its rationale, its reasoning. So yeah, so anyway, the craziest thing, so I was just flipping through, like with one hand like picking, and then while I was like doing the thumbnail, like just trying to like pick out, and it was just like the first time thing, but the way I received it, little disclaimer here, was in reversal, but I wanted to be seen more visibly, like, so I put it upright on the thumbnail, and guess what it is? It's so good. And by the way, this is the Isis Oracle. This one's a Miracle of Isis, and it's Miraculous Healing of the Goddess. So, like, freaking awesome, don't you think? That's so good. So we're going to read that, whatever that says there, we're going to read it. See, I didn't realize that I had stuff in here already. But okay, it's fine. Everything is meant for a reason. I thought that was crazy. So this reading is meant to be geared towards my, you know, not just a check-in for me, because I had some initial intentions before I started my work stuff. But it naturally shifted to a general check-in, especially pertaining to the ones that that I got that from. So this is a big deal. That's what I'm told right now. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to read like that part of it. It's on page 107. This is there's the pocket oracle, and then this is the larger one. So it's 107 to 108. I'm not going to read the incantation. I don't think I am, but anyway, ritual healing for the miracle of Isis. Ideally, you use a flower for this exercise, but you can also use a small crystal or sacred object in its place, such as a stone, small dish of sand, or anything that you are willing to release completely after the ritual is completed. You know, I feel like obviously there's when you go through certain realms of pain, you can say something was hurtful and or something hurt you. Okay. I feel like this was something that hurt this person or these people, but it wasn't, I don't know, I feel like it was just like a life thing. There's a little nausea too. I could, you know, like that taste that you get in kind of like the back of your throat a little bit when you're about to throw up. It's kind of like that. And I know it's not me. There's just a little bit of it. Anyway, oh, so what they're talking about is you have to be willing to let go of whatever item that you use for this ritual healing, okay? So there's something about displacing some of that energy into this thing that is provided as a sacrifice to, you know, what do you call it in Harry Potter, like in the dark side, it's what do you call it, a Horcrux? It's similar to that. So you just place this this energy that's like this yuck energy, and nature, Mother Nature gives you certain resources that you're called to allow for that kind of trade-off exchange. So it's kind of like Mother Gaia just kind of writing off certain areas of how to conduct business, basically. So certain things are already considered like scrap material. You know, it's part of the cost of doing business, part of the processes. So it's very similar to that. And yeah, so I think that's mandatory to release it after this ritual is completed. Okay. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Yeah. Okay, sit quietly and gaze at the object of your choice. Say, I call upon the loving miracle of Isis, just as the flower. What? Why? Wait, no. Am I supposed to be reading this? I'm reading the actual ritual. Okay, I'm just going to show it to you, and then you can, like, screenshot it. But I'll read what it's about, okay? Aw, that's sad. Hold on. hold on. Okay. I'm going to switcheroo so you can take a look, okay? Oh, wait. Okay, so there's that. Okay. I'll just show you. Because I think maybe it's, like, important. You don't have to buy the freaking deck, okay? But, there's that for part of it. And then, give me a sec, I have to turn the page. Oh, just, like, so you know. Right? Okay, give me a sec. Because I gotta read it still. Okay. So it says, okay, whoopee, frickin' frick. Okay. Isis wishes to lift a load that has become too heavy for you to heal on your own, beloved. She cannot take something away from you if you are not willing to release it to her, however. Release for healing means trust, letting go of attachment to outcome and how the outcome might be achieved, and opening to the divine genius of healing that seeks to express the perfection of divine love through you now. To hand something over for healing, especially when it has been a long-term or persistent difficulty, or simply seems to be too great or overwhelming to be healed, takes a radical change of mind and heart. To dare to hope without becoming attached to how or when something can happen, to surrender without forgetting to follow your intuition and act accordingly, to trust even though you may have been disappointed or hurt in the past, all these things take skill and courage. You therefore practice, yeah? Yet these are the requirements for us to surrender into a great healing of divine love. Lady Isis speaks through the oracle and says to you that recovery from trauma and emotional healing is not only possible, but if you are willing, it can happen for you now. No matter the grief, the depth of grief, loss, despair, fear, or anger, love can and will absorb all of it. The oracle is also an indication that a spiritual gift or awakening of deep healing ability at a new level. Anyway, sorry, kill the mood. Are coming your way. I mean, it's not killing the mood, it's good. These are things to look up on. Like hidden gifts given to us to cheer us up. Oh, that's sweet though. Keep your eyes and heart open and let go of doubt or fear about opening up to a new level of proficiency. I like it. Dedicate your work to divine love and trust that it will flow through you stronger now. You are capable of great work when you trust in your own heart and the love of the divine flowing through you with total surrender. So the header part of it is Isis was known as a talented practitioner of the healing arts and was capable of miraculous healings. For you, beloved, she offers a miracle healing. No matter how much you have struggled with a particular matter, no matter how impossible it may seem to imagine your life without this old wound, addiction, problem, relationship issue, or inner struggle being a part of it, you are guided now to accept the possibility of a miraculous healing, to let go, and let the goddess be. Dude, that's crazy. That's insane. So that's wonderful, okay? And I think this has to be done. This is just like a different, how do I say it? There's something very like ancestral about this. Like you select this thing, okay, whatever it is, you can't consider it like a piece of trash. That's what I'm being told right now. You can't just like, it can't be something that you could easily discard, like it doesn't have any worth or meaning to you. These rituals that are conducted, how do I say it? If you think on a business level, you're thinking about investing your goodness, your prime, because your expectation is also, because of that investment, would undoubtedly produce equal, if not higher, return. So that's especially true in the spiritual realm. Now, when you're dedicating something, even if it's to release a certain darkness, a certain illness, it can't be to something that you already perceive to be, that you've already like discarded in your head. Like that's trash, you know what I mean? So you can't like just use like this tissue, you know what I mean? And I think a lot of you are also aware of that, being practitioners, but there are some newish people here. And these practices go a long way. So what Isis is like in this is that I don't like, this is the way I'm told it operates. that there's a certain processes, that there's certain deities and certain energies that have a different like code of conduct, and they do make slight modifications here and there, depending on who you are and etc. Whatever, but generally, in order to meet halfway, like you offer this thing, you put intention towards it, you make those appropriate energetic investments, and then you leave it, like you give it up to God basically, and then they receive it, and that's their inbox, and then they work on it basically remotely, and that's basically what I'm seeing here when I received it in the reverse. So working remotely, looking at operating objectively, you know what I mean? And this is kind of like a sacred protection in processing and loading when the deities do their work, the energies beyond the veil. When they do the work, it's like you have to be hands off about it. You have to give them some trust. You have to give them some wiggle room. You can't keep going like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Like, yeah, so that's kind of the energy there. Okay, that's what they're saying. We're going to use this because I felt like it was appropriate for the expressions that were needed in identifying identifying these heartbreak feels. And for my check-in generally, I have to say that I know I didn't make it public yet, but there are 2 to 3 other readings that I have that were live that I haven't reposted to public yet. But things did change today, and I think regardless if even if others may be reluctant to that, they're still complying because they know, I feel like I kind of cornered them into making this decision, and they're going to see that it's in the best interest of all, because I feel like it was fair. I know that it was fair. And of course I have to protect myself and my energy. I have to protect my investments, which is not in totality like my agenda, my thing. So good news is we're taking one day at a time and just processing like that. Okay. Yeah. So expressions for my my kin that I felt that energy from, you know. Okay, okay. Its mother, accentuated. You know what? This could be like a mother and like daughter, like child, or mother or inner child type of thing going on here. I think it's comprehensive in that. That's what's going on there. Something happened. Something happened. And it definitely is with a mother figure, and I feel like she's kind of distraught. So there's something transforming here. In fact, when it fell accentuated in the box, like almost like a coffin. But this is good. This is probably one of the better death cards that I have. You see the smile. It's not eerie. It's just like planting seeds, right? It's honoring peace, basically. That's what it is. That's what it is. Did I get it in reverse or upright? I can't remember because I remember giving more weight to it being in the box like that. So something accentuated here. Okay. So there's a rebirthing, like new understandings, new contracts within relationships with a matronly figure. Matron is probably not the most satisfying word, because it sounds like really cumbersome, like I would say this is more like crone energy, right? Okay. Knowledgeable, experienced, divine feminine energy. Okay. Even if you're a male and are doing like the whole single father thing, or even a grandmother, or whoever's depicting that energy, there's new contracts. I really also feel like this is like services where they take care of like the elderly too, because this is not just microcosmic, this is macrocosm. Considering my grouping, my audience, I really do need to practice, and knowing that these are timeless readings, that my crowd, the energy behind them is massive. So I really need to practice. I know this is a side note and it's not all me, but I'm just emphasizing for a dose of being like, this is kind of like a dry run. It's focusing on the actual work rather than the sum that it brings along. And I think that's the way to expedite and further elevate where I need to go, where I need to be. I mean, right here is the right now kind of thing, but this helps develop one's character and abilities substantially, I would have to say. Yeah, it's like tunnel vision trajectory in that approach. Okay, so looking at this is also institutions where, let's say, taking care of the elderly, or personal care, or like charity type of yeah, I really feel like that. Charitable institutions. Okay, there's new contracts, new sign-ons, also new bonuses is what I'm hearing. Ooh, that's really, really good. That is really, 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 really good. So it's okay to say goodbye to certain things, to make modifications. Ultimately, it's for the better here. And it's supportive not just of the actual support crew conducting this, but also to the inner child, and more so protecting the youth, the future, etc. And we're going to feel more of, we're going to comprehend more of it as we progress forward. Yeah, it's not going to be effortful in having to recognize the benefits. Yeah, 100%. Because this looks like a receipt here, like set in stone. So like how a receipt comes out of a cash register, basically. Mind you, okay, 100%, my protectors out there who do like really awesome work behind the scenes. We also, I'm getting another message here that we also need to be watchful of those that use the deceased or the ill as like bank accounts, like to like cash in on. I know that that's something that's relevant now, but it's more so something that we cannot be loose on with all these like good things coming. Okay. Yeah, but this is definitely a receipt to show that there's good return coming out of this. It's set in stone. It's confirmed, is what they're saying. Okay, so so how is that relevant as far as that heartbreak that I felt when it comes to the macrocosm? Where this is being like, okay, charitable institutions and causes, and I think that's something natural that comes along, especially with all the things that are going on. this is good because it's grounding, and Spirit is saying, like, you never get jaded because of what's going on in your environment, because each sentience that's going through the trauma that they're experiencing, it's kind of like, do I want to say ricochet? It reverberates upon each and every person. So let's say like somebody's going through something really, really awful. Okay, let's say somebody is gets diagnosed with a certain condition or illness, and they have to go through it. Then they have to see their loved ones suffer through what they're having to handle, and it's like sometimes I hear like you've got to hide your love away, like you have to not just toughen up, but it's also like you don't want to cause any further burden to anyone who is like it. That's, you get what I'm saying. I feel like there's a lot of messages here, so it's hard to keep it straight right now. Oh, okay, so let's going back to this. So the good thing, the great thing about this is that being in that environment where you're having to constantly clear, like let's say you're a nurse or a doctor or whatever, it's, you're not going to easily, these experiences, whatever this new contract, new change thing is, it doesn't dehumanize you. That's what it is. It doesn't make you jaded to the point of being like inhumane. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing there. So that's good. Holy smokes. Okay. So that pain is there for a reason. Okay. Anything else, Spirit? Okay. Human expressions. Okay. We got weary inverted. But on the extroverted, oh, I think somebody's trying to hide their feels. Well, I can't prejudge it because like there's the card that goes in it too. But I think historically speaking, someone's used to kind of masking what they're going through. I really feel like somebody was diagnosed with something to save their loved ones from pain. I think that they have a history of that. So like when you see them at their most energetic, like lively, upbeat state, that's when they're not doing the best. Yeah. That's when they really have to make up for what they're going through internally and privately, or privately. So again, I'm not going to prejudge that, but that's the feeling that I get here. There could be more to it. So what goes in there, Spirit? That one. Yeah, it's this freaking storm with lightning. Yeah. So a storm isn't necessarily chaotic. It's not always chaotic. It's just, it's loud, it's dark, it's damp. It seeps through almost everything. You kind of have to like wear like artificial type of threads in order to let that ish roll off of you, you know, in order to stay like legit warm and collected underneath. So there's that. You know what this reminds me of? Like the inner child, like that just wants to, oh, this is sad. For a very small percentage of you, whatever it is like in your adult life that you're going through, I'm hearing like 20-year-olds and up, okay? Because usually when I say adult, it's more like 30s, 40s, 50, you know, up. But not in your 20s. But for this particular one, I really feel like there's a small fraction of you whatever you're going through in your adult life, like right now, is kind of a trigger and a reminder of what you went through when you were a child. Yeah, like it doesn't just hit home. It's very striking. You know, like when you draw, like with your crayon, the picture or whatever. Do you see that? Like all those scribbles? It's like somebody who went through a lot of pain or anger, and they just want to scribble it. They just want to scribble it all away. Like they made this like they made this nice picture. Like they started out with the baseline, you see? Like, I'm gonna go draw a beach. It's calm, you know, the waves, there's a cliff or whatever. And then we started to draw in the sun, you know, all of that. And then something happened where they crumpled it all up. Or I don't know which came first. They crumpled it all up. And then they opened it up to like recollect and look at it. And then they scribbled it all out. They scribbled out all the sunshine. Or they scribbled out all the sunshine because that was what happened in their climate. That's what happened in their environment. And they just scribbled it all out. And then they crumpled it up and they threw it away. And then later on, like way later on, they opened it up. And you see the crinkles there? You know, that's what I'm talking about there. So it's very triggering to those that experience that. And that's why they have to like put on kind of a brave face when they're feeling weak. When they acknowledge themselves to be, I don't want to call it really a protective mechanism. I feel like it's, or even damage control. I feel like it's the only effective way that they know how to function for the time being. They know it's not a permanent thing, but it's just and it's not a formula that they're just trying to like easily get out of. It's just something that just is. So it helps them what is it? It helps them not feel as much of that. And I don't think it's running away. I really, really, really don't think it's running away. I feel like it's it's something that they don't want to pass on to anyone else. That's how bad it is. 100%. Okay. All right, Spirit, what do you want to say about that? What do you want to say about that? What do you want to say to these people that are experiencing that? That one. Holding on. Okay, is in reverse, okay? So let's see what goes in there, okay? We're going to put it, actually, because we got that ISIS card and having to let go, that's a let go. That's a release card. And intuitively, I was supposed to put it on the left side, but then I tried to logic my way just to verify it. And I was like, no, that's an action card, so it should go on the action side, the right side. But it's not like that. This is on our inbox. This is what we have to let go of. This is the past. That's it. That's a release. And the receptivity part of it is the understanding, like the intangibles of receptivity. So physically, we let go. Intangibly, we receive something new. That's a further like enhancement of like who we're becoming. So like these changes that are happening that are a revelation to something wonderful isn't where we kind of make do with whatever we have, where it's like I'm hearing the word makeshift, like we're substituting this for that. It's not like that. We're not just like shifting, like shuffling paperwork. We're not just doing that. This is alchemy in like its multitasking form. Now I know multitasking is really not like the most recommended way of handling things, but for this particular thing, they're saying that we are fully capable of alchemy on several levels. Yeah. Okay, so what goes on, hold on in reverse, Spirit, for these people going through this stuff? That one, okay. It's the office space in reverse. See? Oh, you know what? You know what? Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Okay, so it doesn't have to be like so stern and cold like a file cabinet. Whatever we're releasing is basically the opposite of that. Or how do I say it? Oh yes, no. Okay, I knew that was wrong when I said it. Whatever it is that we are releasing within this realm, what we've talked about, is meant to be let go. It's cold. It's how do I say it? Like, you don't need to put that much work into that process of letting go because you're already there. It's like, you know, when you're holding like so many grocery bags, right? And then it's like just about to like you're like at that threshold, like passing it, and there's there's one like little pinky power, and you're like making that promise like I can cross that threshold or whatever. And so it's easy to let go because you've let go of it that far, like naturally, and also with the willingness to just let it drop, you know? So it's going to come with ease. It's not as hard as one would think at this point. They're not dumbing down what we're going through. It's more like when you've up leveled and you say like I've come this far, and I'm not going to like, what do you call it? I'm not going to give up this easily. It's kind of like that, except in the inverse equation. It's yeah, it's going to be easy to release at this point because we've been through a lot. So you have that to look forward to. We have that much to look forward to. Yeah, interesting. I feel like one more goes on there, so okay. Yeah, it's a hard stop. I don't know why they said it like that. Oh, it's about addictions too. Sorry, it's a little toppled. Yeah, definitely. It is about addictions because like this little frame got crooked here that I just noticed, and it's a hard stop. I was like, I don't even know what the freaking, like, those are two different stories, it seems like. No, this is about people who are going through addictions, and it's really rough. Like really rough, or it has been, but you can trust now, like the acknowledgement of all of this comprehensive, like you are that so close. You're already there. They don't even want me to say like you're so close. You're there. So it's a matter of, I just saw a little fly, like a white moth fly. It's, hold on, I see it again. Where did that come from? Anyway, right there. It's a hard stop. I'm hearing, you know, like when you go skirt, that's usually like a turn. But this is where it's like deadbolt stop. Like I'm not getting any danger or fear here. I really don't feel that here. Like you know, like a life or death situation. I really don't feel like it's one of those fearful induced situations. I feel like you've already been through that, and it's now like you've been there, you've done that, and there's like you've lived that life enough to its extent that it's just there's no glamour, there's no shine, there's no interest at all in that. Like you've already diagnosed yourself. How do I say it? Because you know, in addictions, some of that is like hereditary. Some of that is kind of a built-in type of thing. Like I think hereditary is what they say. Yeah. So being that you are so where we are at, it's like we've the alchemy in how we've approached things, how we've like digested these insights. There's something about it, like the awareness, the acknowledgement, the openness to it. It's like changing our DNA. It's changing, it's undoing all of that stuff, unraveling all of that crap. And so it's a hard stop. Like it's just like I don't know. And I don't want to even really call it like, oh, it's just like magic. You know, it's like this came from not just your investments, but also those that love you, in front of the veil and beyond, like behind it, beneath it, you know. All right, bottom of the deck is appearance in reverse. Oh, interesting. Bottom of the deck of this is it's an erection. So, but this is appearance in reverse. So it's like, yes, this is very sobering. Like it's not funny. It's not like anything that you can F around with. What I did not expect to see that. So it's let me put that away. Hold on. I don't know what to say. Crap. Okay. Hold on, it's distracting. Wait a minute. There's a person in here. Hold on. Give me a second. Clarifier spirit. Trying to change the energy. Frick. Woman. And oh, there's still some player energy here that like they're not learning anything. This doesn't what frick? So yeah, they're not learning anything. Am I getting that? Hold on, let me check. I have to check the energy. There's so many messages here. So it's this a little, so appearance is in reverse. So it's between like kind of like hiding, kind of like in the shadows or like staying back or whatever. But it's hiding like the excitement, right? Hiding, so there's like some secret fans here of different variations. Yeah. And then, because when I got this stuff, this is like people who are not really learning, like that don't really need to be taught this part of it. How do I say it? There's women that like already know a lot of this. But they're here just as fans. That's crazy. That's like far out. That's like far, like not really far out. You know what I mean? Like, that's interesting. Let's get a third one. Okay. What does that mean? Should. It's weird. Okay. And I think that's as much as I'm gonna say about that, because there's something that I need to preserve about their identities. It's like you should hold your connections sacred, to the point where it's like we don't talk about everything here. Yeah. But it's important to show up for each other. That's what they're saying here. Yeah, and like undercover, underground, you should help them when, like, we don't have to be like visibly there, but energetically, because of the color coding there, we should be helping each other out, go through like their stuff. You see like the color coding? The color coding there? Yeah. Because that baseline, that foundation is strong, and there's, you see, like it's definite. So interesting. Yeah. Moral support, that's what it is. Did we do the, yeah, we did the bottom of the deck, and then now the top of the deck. Final resist and reverse, and let's see, backstabbing energy. So ooh, there's some backstabbers here though, for sure, because resist is like to hold back, and the opposite is to full on go at that. So we have some, we don't just have some like definite hater energy, we have some like straight up like wanting to kill us, wanting to do the most. I have like no idea why. What is that, spirit? Oh, you know what? There's a message in here. You see it? Like, coming at right after this. You see the resemblance there? It just zeroed out, too. That this, even though holding our relationships, oh, but this is also knowing, because there's, like, some crazy-ass fans, like, you know, like Selena, her biggest fan was, like, one of her like best friends or like closest people, and she killed off Selena. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, coming after these things, what we talked about, these are people like who are fame hungry. Like, you see, okay, so the color coding green and the blue here. This is green and then the blue here, and then this is green and then the blue here. The blue is intuitive. It's massive, okay? It's what helps let on the green. And the green knows that. But the green also knows that they're on top. They have the highest point. So to them, they have the vantage point and they want to keep that. So that's why there's like this kill-off energy here. So regardless, you know, holding our relationship sacred is also to acknowledge, like not to get all stuck up in our head with like, oh yeah, it's great to have fans or whatever, but you have to realize the dangers of fame as well. Like, you have to have a new levels of protection. Oh, sorry. But there's that, you know, like some major ass fans, but like for the wrong reasons. They're undercover for the most part for a certain reason. And like I said, what they're showing me, like all of these cards, like, dude, there's no way that I can deny it. There's no way that I can, there's no. So that was at the top of the deck. Spirit, what would you, like to convey about that? And then we're done, okay? Like, that's it for now. Change. Yeah, change is happening. Yeah, for sure. Excuse me. And, green light is in reverse. Change and stop. Those are two very, 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 very different things. Oh, you know what I did? Okay, that can't be the last card there. But I no. I put this, because like out of room or whatever, I put this on top of that stack right here. So this means that those people are absolutely resistant to change. And to acknowledge that, to identify with those red flags, like once you're given that, like don't ignore it for sure. I don't care if you're female, male, whatever. Do not ignore those red flags, okay? And that'll help navigate through a lot of just like not worth your time energy, okay? Yeah. If you're saying that they have a bumpy road, a bumpy path ahead of them, but we don't need to be involved in all of that mess. Like, if we divert that, how do I say it? If we kind of navigate without that, like the sooner the better, we like there's a divergence of paths where they're given like a new life path learning lesson kind of thing. There's something that is naturally going to distract them, you know, edge them away. While we're not just like, it's not just a difference of like, okay, we're moving along the path and then you just like all of a sudden go that way. No, there's a divergence, like an absolute separation. Like the space between us is expanded in its magnitude. Like the universes are basically like separating us too. So the sooner the better with the red flags on that. That's interesting. Yeah. No need for that. Okay. All right. So one last one. I'll put it on my receiving side. Okay. Go. Holy smokes. That is insane. And it peeked up here too. Violate. Okay. I don't know why I keep seeing that. So I'll put, I'll do Violate first on the top. Time is in reverse. Oh, okay. Someone's trying to do like spell work to like delay things, or they're doing some kind of magic. And I feel like they're not the only one. There's kind of like people are in different time zones to regulate like the delay. They're trying to do it like in different time zones, not just like within the US, but also like country-wise. They're doing it. They have these certain networks where they're doing it so that they actively put almost like a freeze. So they're violating basically the commandments, the laws of the universe. And the universe sees that. Like, this is basically a kinetic watch. So, oh, that's what they're saying. Because of their misdeeds, there's a ricochet of energy where it's like drawn right back to them. It's almost like, I'm rubber, you're glue, whatever, you know, you just sticks back to you, whatever. So it's kind of like that, like they can't remove this like thing that they just did, that they put out there in the universe. So it just like, the more they stretch it out, like what is it, long Armstrong thing, the more that they stretch it out, it like flings right back to them. So that kinetic energy, like the kinetic watch, there's a heaviness to it, and it's almost like a marker as far as, how do I say it, there's, because when they do this, they're kind of like, okay, I'm told several things here. Okay, so they're stagnant. They're positioned, like their post is here within this time zone. That person is within that time zone. We do things like synchronous in their timing to delay like whoever's names were put in the hat or whatever, in the jar, whatever. But then, being that I'm saying this, they're also coming up with another avenue of also transiting time, like, what is it? Transiting time zones, while, let's say, like daylight saving times or like those things, or like within a leap year. That, keep note of that. Okay, keep note of that, my special love and light crew. Keep note of that. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to basically, they're doing that. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so anyway, go for us. Okay, what is it? What is it, Spirit? What was in there? I'm looking at the Hierophant. This is a turnkey. Is it like that? No, it's like that. Oh, putting a lock on it. You see, like, when it's like that, it's like, it's locking. So it's, we're putting a lockdown on this? Yes, lockdown. Okay. There's also something about, what do you call it? Quarantine? Yeah. I think there's going to be a quarantine soon. I'm pretty sure that, because I don't get messages like this. I really, really don't. But I feel like there's a quarantine about to happen. But also, with those like hospitals and all of that, they really need to get a jump start on it. I really, really, really feel like this also means, microcosmically speaking, that we have to put a lock on, like on our transits. There has to be extra protection and safety within the measure of our transits. And this doesn't just go for physically speaking, but also astrally speaking. Now, Goddess Isis didn't come here like without any reason for the collective on this messaging, especially coming through with healing energy and having to release certain things. So it's a firm lock. There's no bias. That's so weird. Give me a second. I feel like I have to get one more deck. Give me a sec. Oh, I got the Mother Piece Round Tarot. Like, I totally forgot about it because I was under these tissues. Because I was talking about, like, the round table. Well, I don't know. I was supposed to talk. I was supposed to, in honor of my round table that has, like, seriously helped me out and are, like, hilarious. Let me tell you, they're funny. You know what I haven't heard in a long time? That song, Get Off. But it's not Prince. It's, I don't know. I'm going to put it on the post, but, like, holy smokes, who the frick sent me this? I have not smiled. Like, I have not heard that. I mean, number one, I haven't heard that song, like, in many, many, many years, and I have never seen the video, but it is, I don't even know if hilarious, like, is the word for it, because when I say hilarious, I think, like, oh, slap on the lap, like, that's what it sounds like to me, but no, like, my cheeks hurt so much, and when I realized that, I like I started to get really sad, and like I actually like cried a little bit. Like I got really teary-eyed because it's been a long time since I've ever felt that much like happiness, and it just made me sad. To realize that. Shaman of discs, so that's King of Pentacles accentuated. And there's a it's not a horse, maybe it is a horse, but it looks like an upright donkey. You know, but yeah, I think this King of Pentacles is known to be a bit of an ass sometimes. I mean, like, not bad like that, but jokingly, I feel like, and admittingly, maybe they have, or you know, but they're upright. They it's just their personality. But anyway, there's an eagle here. Yeah, this is somebody that's well traveled, because you see that background. Most definitely. Like there's a radar, like what do you call it? Yeah, this person is well traveled. Definitely. Yeah. So, what did I want to say about that? I don't think I've ever received this card from this deck, so it's very interesting. I'm telling you, new contracts, new like agreements, new partnerships, new contacts. Did I say contacts? I don't know. I said contracts. So it was both. It was both. Okay. And, oh my gosh, that's a lot. Okay, so we have 7 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, 10 of Swords, and the Fool card. Oh, they're saying that we're killing it on this journey. Like independence of like the higher ups, like in your face energy, like totally killing it on this journey. You see? That's what it's saying. 597010. I don't know what 010 in Morse code is, but definitely 597 is an angel number, and 010, whatever the frick that means, that is that has some significance here. I think there's a flickering of energies. Like I think O is on one, like that symbolism is off, and then O is on again. So there's like flickering of lights, like energy between 10 of Swords and the, yeah, they're saying that we're totally killing it. Like almost, you know, when your eyes roll back, it's kind of like like kind of like that with the lights. That's interesting. So there's some like eerie synchronicities that are happening too. But that's just to further identify, like, we are absolutely killing it. But this is in your face, higher up energy, like independent, for sure. Because this higher up, the 7 of Wands, it's like having a higher vantage point. The but it's usually separated. This one's like community based, and that further emphasizes like we're killing it. Yeah, we have beehive mentality too there, right there. Definitely. So this is actually really, really, really good. Bottom of the deck is oh, the world card accentuated. So there's not much more that I can say to this, except like this is collective completion of this this unit chapter, whatever thing is going on here. But this is holding each other's hand through the cycles, almost like the Ringling brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus kind of thing with each other. So there has been a lot of craze of, you know, flipping through all of these things that have happened. But this is definitely a collective effort. Definitely, that's interesting. Okay, top of the deck finally is 5 of Wands inverted. So you know what? Any disputes that we have are now like kind of like what do you call them? Water under the bridge, like muffled. It's just quiet. It's like muted. It's like we're outmoded based on how we've grown on each other, basically. Yeah, that's what they're saying. So any quarrels that we have, it's just kind of like a coy, like LARPing, like it's for real. It's good. Okay. Um. Yeah, it's no different really from the Seven of Wands here. Um. I'm hearing Odd Man Out. There's something a Blink-182 song. Odd something. I don't remember. Dude, they were... I should know these things. But anyway, that's what we got here. It's good. Yeah. So, anyway, thank you, angels of light and love. Thank you to all donations provided in light and love, of light and love. They are received and appreciated. So, now that this reading is officially over, though, upon closing all portals, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine with their appropriate karmas to assisting with that sequence of rollout. In light and love, I close these portals in this reading. Now,